2 seconds, I shall move the chat so I can see where we are. Pop out chat, bang, there, grab it, pull over here, reduce the size, put it up a wee bit. Hey, how's it going? Hey, Victory House. Right, now caught up. I don't know if that's I'm sure I can get a bigger box than that. If I do, can I live in that? Where's the pop out though? Okay. I've lost the chat. Oh. Very technical. Very technical. I bet it's there. Bang. Yes. Right. Make it a bit bigger. Right. A wee bit. Yay! Oh. Hey, Joachim. You do look a bit, I'm a bit older. The first gig. No, the trick is to do your second gig really quickly. We're terrible at it with the Black Sabbath band. We're used to it. Always the first gig's never really that good, but the second one and the third one are always, if you do it quick enough, because you remember the first one, whereas we've been doing one a year, so we're basically starting from scratch every time, but we're used to it now. BB King, Reggie Young, James Burton, Steve Cropper, Albert Collins, Muddy. Yeah, they all sound good. Hey, Daniel. Oh. So I've gone for Telecaster tonight. I've kind of forgot I had this. Top chat. It changes. I didn't do that. I had it at live chat. I don't think I missed anyone anyway yet. Hey! 1 minute till Bucky time. Bucky time. Oh. So this one is less than half a bottle, therefore, so I bought in Home Bargains, the only single cans of cider you could buy was Brothers. And it was cheap. It was like 3.4%. So I've got that to top me up. And this is about 3 weeks old. Hey Ben, how's it going? This is a continuation of bottle number 6. I think I remember that. Volume's okay. I think I've been turning this mic up and down. I keep hot micing. Hey Andrew, yes. To be honest, it was Thomas there who sent me a message saying, congratulations, it was 15 years old, 15 years to the day since you started YouTube. Was that my first video? I don't even know. I decided I liked that idea, so I didn't bother actually checking. So I just assume that if it's not, I'll just blame Thomas. But yeah, cheers. That's the first Bucky in 3. Oh, it's matured finally in Kilseath. So it has. Yeah, so new base week. This one, which I've now grown to actually like the headstock. I'm quite happy with that. Also, I'm going to tell people it's a Vigère. Or definitely not tell people it isn't. Because if you saw this new now, you would assume it was some, what's the Was it a Danish brand of Strats that have got funny headstocks that you always see Anderton doing? They're like $2,500 or something like that for sort of road worn looking Telecasters and Strats with a funny headstock. But yeah, it could be what that is. It's so expensive it doesn't have a Fender headstock. So we're getting both going at the same time. Didn't realise how Boston-y it was. Imagine just doing that at an acoustic jam, really just somebody's acoustic performance. I'll play bass and just going over the top all the way. Great fun. But I just fall for Telecasters and P basses and being white. Ideally, this one would have been maple neck and an old Japanese 70s one to go with the telly, or a Yazuki would be good. I know, no fuzz in this one, Andrew. It's like... Yet, I need to look through my Skeletrix, find my Skeletrix box. It's got all the light bulbs in it, the LEDs, so I can change... I want to change it to have a white light on it before I do that. Hey, Kit Kats! At the jam, so no, but... yeah. Hey, Liam. The missus... Oh, what's her face? What was her name? Lucy. I saw that when I just looked up 15th birthday cake, grabbed the Google image, and then when after I'd posted when I was writing out the thing in the post, I noticed it said "Happy Birthday, Lucy" along the top. So happy birthday anyway. Hey, Thomas. Lucy got a mention on my YouTube channel. That's it. Yep. Obviously, Lucy's not short for Lucinda. It's short for, like, I don't know, some big, long, fucking Filipino name, obviously. I don't think there's anything creepy about wishing wish anyone a happy birthday, even if they're not a nice person. I don't even know who they are, or if they exist. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, let's be honest. What we're basically just saying happy birthday. I'll say I don't think there's anything. Oh. What happened to it? It turns out I've only got one offset guitar, and you can see it. I still want to argue that the Mustang and the Music Master basses, which are both the same shape, aren't really offsets, even though technically they are. So the only offset guitar I own apart from those two. Oh, where is it? Where's Judge of Death? Is it Jazz Master offset? Yes. So I have two offset guitars, the Kraken and the Jazz Master, because apparently offset is when the top circular bit and the top and the bottom bit are in a line. therefore not offset, but whereas in a jazz bass, it's kind of like that. So there you go. Where are the tech tips? Come on, said he couldn't be. Well, at least he's been honest about it. You can't be arsed. Play an actual tune. I get deep. Well, actually, I did actually not bother putting the adverts on. No, I'll play a song badly. I never take requests, no, and I wouldn't play. I can't do that strumming that. There you go, and they just sing whatever wasted song you want over the top of that. There's a Sheridan A300 SG. I think I had a Sheridan SG. I was thinking about it the other day. Is it make sure the neck's not twisted. The one I had a twisted neck. Was it Sheridan? I think it was, and it was like the colour of my Schecter, the sort of, was it cherry burst, where it's kind of orangey, going to a dark reddy type colour. It was like that. I don't have a. You've just seen my best loop colour. Yeah. EMG pickups. Oh. Not a fan of the EMG. What was a 335 with the EMGs? Did you say? No, an SG. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if I really like the active pickups. Maybe things are a little bit different. Now I'm using my. I'm no longer the tube snob. I'm just basically using the wee rolling cube. Why not? Or the bigger rolling cube now. Just because it's so much easier. And to be honest, there's a fair amount to be said for being able to play at lower volumes rather than running, a 30-watt valve amp with the volume control where it's just able to move the speakers. It's like at half of one. Maybe a bit better. Oh, drink and beat. Oh. Hey, Dr. Oz. Cheers, Dr. Mud Rodeo Cassius Marcellus Jones Jr. Oh. Yes, man, your compressor on your condenser mic, it's much more useful there. It takes less work than having it on the stereo output bus. I don't have a compressor in just now. Yes, I should do that. I did do that before. I should. I'm basically, I've still not got my computer. I was meant to be doing it. And that was when everyone was going to upgrade and was going to go to 4K. I've kind of not done that. It's not happened the way I intended it to. It will happen. By Christmas, it'll be like, even get Andrew there offering to do a wee bit of editing for me and stuff like that, do some sort of proper content videos, but I'm just, fine, I'll get there. It'll happen when it's ready. Hey, Alex, from Blackpool, I was here at some Halloween thing. Joe, where was the Halloween stream? I've been ill, I had COVID. We just wouldn't go away, and the doctor, that's it. No, it's 70%. I've not even drank. I probably drank 70% of a bottle of Bucky in the last 4 weeks or something like that. I'll get there. It's going down awful quickly. I'm glad I brought that. I should have brought myself a half bottle earlier on, but there you go. I did some rock festival, aren't you, Alex? Yeah, that guitar you were talking to me. I can't remember what make it was now. It was something to do with Allen Entwistle, and I didn't understand what the diagram telling you what the controls did was, so it's quite complex. Was it a Honor? It might have been a Honor, like a sort of 90s one. have kind of got used to fuzz though. I might have to go into a fuzz bass. But then again, I had to play this telly. This is what, actually when I was ill, but I was so ill and I couldn't concentrate. I was kind of going a bit mad that I ended up refretting one of my guitars. That's where the Antoria telly came from. And that was only a week after I got this. So this one's never really had a run as being my new guitar yet. I'm trying. I could play a tune, man. I don't. Suppose I should probably do it before the bucky kicks in. Right, here we go. I'll do the thing then. So a couple of folk have seen this because I have done a video, but not live. No one's seen it. So we're going fuzz bass. And this should just go straight in. Oh, I see. Already getting it wrong. But that won't work because I've got to... Bear with me. You wonder why I was setting up the stereo thing? Yeah, so... That's what's wrong. There you go. Something's not engaged quite. I think the battery's going in this fuzz pedal. Yeah, I think the battery's going in the fuzz. It does actually sound quite good though, even though the fuzz is completely going. Yeah, it's quite a bit aggressive, isn't it? But it's kind of, the fuzz is acting a bit funny. That volume's up very high, it shouldn't normally be. Yeah, it's okay, maybe not, but the whole point was that this bass is stereo. More volume on that. Oh, what's going on? It's because the fuzz pedal's kicked in. Yeah, well, blame Judge Death. Apparently he's a dick anyway. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Whitesnake. I was trying to fuzz it. It's because the pedal's not working properly. I think the battery's. It was noticed it was a wee bit cagey earlier on. Not really doing very much. That should be absolutely screaming. It's kind of not. I probably actually might. Kill the fuzz pedal for now. Stereo. play with a pick. If anyone's listening on headphones, I take it that's going bum 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 bum. Aha. Oh. Of course, got a lag with a cult tribute band. I'm not a cult fan. Yes, I know. I saw in Kirky Bar Bliss a cult tribute band, and I don't really know any cult songs. The only one I know I don't really like, that one that sounds like na 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 na. Go somebody that I do not know their name. You do good. Go. You got a wish list. Put the shampoo in there. It's a conditioner. It's a hard one. Ping pong. Here from a couple of days ago was Jason Newsted getting up on stage with the guy from Blackberry Smoke and the Colour Children of the Grave. That sounds good. I was messing about with the 5-string bass. I'm annoyed that the fuzz pedals ran out in this, but to be fair, this is the original fuzz pedal that's in it. Or I don't even know if the battery was new when I put it in it. Mind you, changing the battery is not exactly going to be a difficult thing to do, is it? That'll tell me whether it's actually working or whether I've burst something. I've stuck that bit of tape on a bit well that's holding the battery on. Sod it. Oh, I got a new guitar this week as well. So I got the white bass, but I also got a wee black Strat, which has this neck on it. Well, it's a gold, this headstock shape and stuff. So kind of maybe if to do something like that, kind of like this, maybe a Judge Death version of a guitar version might be quite interesting. Made a comment. It said batteries. I think I'm getting better at it. Yeah, I'm annoyed that it's not. I'll give it. Cause I couldn't be bothered putting a battery box in this one, so I just held it on with tape. But the tape, because it's so old and survived download, this did download. This original battery. Here we go. It's a Duracell though. Wow. So the one from Home Bargains is not going to last as long, is it? Still got some power. But these fuzz pedals are untested. I mean, they're not meant to run on batteries. So there's no, thing when they're, I don't think I've ever had such a difficulty getting into a battery. Oh. Just to see, interested to see if it actually fixes it. I hope it does, otherwise I'm having to take it to bits. But if I take it to bits, I'll probably put a different coloured light bulb in it. Right, and before I do anything, I'll turn the volume and the fuzz right down. Right, so, now does the fuzz work? See, it's meant to be a subtle wee... super controllable... Do you have a stereo jack on Judge Death for the fuzz battery? Yes, I do. That's why I had to plug in this top one, because this is a stereo jack socket that turns on the fuzz pedal, whereas this is also a stereo jack socket, but what it does is it disconnects this pickup from the circuit and sends it out that thingy. So they're both stereo, neither of them sending stereo signals, but together they are stereo. Yeah. So I like some ice cream at sometimes, other ice cream at other times. Yeah, maybe. Right, so I was thinking about this earlier on. The Cube bass has effects in it. Oh, geez, it gets confusing operating this. That does not sound in tune. That can't be an E. Surely not. It says it is. Yeah, okay, so the chromatic tuner thought it was a different note. Yeah, okay, yeah. Kind of reminds me a wee bit of Living Colour. He was doing an awful lot of that. Bye. Hey, 954 Chaos, how's it going? You see again at the boot sale this morning? I didn't go. So that's auto wah and fuzz on everything, whereas now it's just auto wah on the lower strings. And then fuzz on the high ones. In Venga Boys was, if I could, yeah, totally. I mean, it's like. That's such a hard thing to play both bits. It's possible to have too much fun playing fuzz bass. No, I play that just doing tunes. So how's your Telecaster, Mr. Whitesnake? Is it doing well? Dave, was it you tipped that I had the Gmail earlier on? I never used Gmail, but I did get an alert. I saw it, yes. I was thinking about it. It's not the sort of thing I could be bothered working with, but on Temu, bizarrely, before you sent me that earlier on today, I was looking at one and it was a 10 sound thing, which I do have the Behringer one, which is a bit shit, but this one, the last couple, one of them is a 8-bit mode and one of them is a ring modulator, which is what a Dalek's voice is, and then at the start it's like chorus and flanger and shit like that. Obviously it's a cheap thing, it's only 20 quid, but I figured that could be quite a cool thing to have in a guitar. Like Dalek, a Dalek guitar. That's maybe worth the 20 quid, assuming that works. The Shim Vibe, is that the one I've got? Shim Verb. Shimmer setting sucks, yes, I agree. Obviously, that's the one, you'll have done the same as me. You've tried to use that because it's not a setting you normally get. You've always got spring and you go, well, spring's like the normal one in an amp. So you'll use Hall and you try and use Shimmer just so that it's something. But yeah, I don't use the Shimmer bit. It might do a weird harmonic that's never in tune. Yes, something like that. I think it's maybe one of those things that's different if your song's like this. Ooh. Ooh. That kind of thing. You know, it might work really well. Got a different neck, 5 strings, Parks Arpeggio, good. A bit of Keith Richards in then. So I'm not sure this is in tune. Instead of trying to tune this, I'm going to play the guitar. Putting heat shrink tubing on the ends of the 2 leads that I've got are exactly the same was great. So I've got one that's got red bits on it and one that's got yellow bits on it. Thus, I know which one I'm plugged into. Bit of country. Oh. The Shimmer decent, a fuck ton of delay, bit of synth doing a volume pedal swells and sustained notes. Yes. Catch you later, Scott. Cheers for coming in. Yeah, the stereo's a bit silly. I don't need to. I need to get the. I tried, admittedly, before this started, I was trying to get the drum machine and the bass cube, and the bass cube coming out one side, and then the looper on that side, but you can't sync the drum machine and the looper. Well, I think if I was pure amazing, I probably could, but I'm not. So I need to run I need to get the Digitech Jam Man, my other looper set up that runs through the 2 of them. Then everyone would be able to have separate sides, and I'd have to get my wee drummer pedal in as well. What did I do with my pick? Yep. Hey John, how's the Jim Deacon bass? I have a cream Jim Deacon precision bass. Good to see a channel using cheaper. Yeah, well, I've actually, I've got one of the JPAX ones is a Jim Deacon bass. I just got one, actually very similar type thing, but something about the white bass I totally get. Or cream, off-white, whatever it is. I've never had a white P bass before. Kind of like the white telly. It was a white Strat I got. I just thought, oh god, white's just amazing. Yeah, no, the Jim Deacons. Actually, the last gig I played with the Black Sabbath band, we're playing at the previous singer's birthday party, and he came up and sang a couple of songs, and it was a Jim Deacon bass I used at that gig. Nobody complained. A mic stand pick holder. Yeah. What I should really just do is I should just buy white picks. I remember that was always a problem. The ones I used to like back in the day when I used to buy picks in a shop, it was the Jim Dunlop ones, the black ones, and it's like just put them on top of the amp. At the Sovtech at the time, it disappeared because it's black. So what you want is white picks. And I did have one. I've just put it down. It's there. Don't change the batteries live on a live stream. So yeah, that's what happens. You do get some warning that your bass is about to die. The battery in that wee fuzz pedal is about to die. It's just, I think, God knows how many hours I've played with it. I was in the studio with it and everything. And plus I don't even think that was a new battery because it was Duracell and I wouldn't buy a Duracell. AVF! Thank you, yes. I believe my first video was the one where I was jam with RAM. Brett Yellow Tortex, well there you can go, yeah. I use Alice picks because picks used to be expensive and then I I've still got a big bag of them. They're all the same. Oh no, that's a thicker one actually. There you go. I think they're 0.98s, but I had a bag. I bought 20.98s and they were great. Those are the ones I want. And then I bought another 50.98s, but 0.98s I bought the second time were not. Were much thinner, even though they still said 0.98 on them. Really annoying. But it's definitely worthwhile blowing a fiver on a big pile of picks. And if you get ones that are decent, these are the ones that are like the Jim Dunlop ones, you know, the sort of textured writing on them. Come in different colours. AVF, cheers! Cheers for the pound! Well, I didn't put adverts on, so that's probably about as much money I would have got for having the adverts on, plus everyone would get pissed off. Plus, I don't like the idea of adverts. I kept getting done for... There's certain bands that you can't play, and even like me playing them badly, it triggers off the thing, and it's like, oh, you have to cut bits out your live stream, and it's just not worth it. I reckon the reason I kept getting it pulled before was for smoking on screen. I can't do anymore. I don't do anymore. This guitar is brand spanking new. Use a pick. I reach for whatever pick I can find, and because I'm not even sure before I moved house last time, I've still got the same bag of picks. I think when if you've got 10 of them, you can always find one. It's one of those things. Night glowing picks, that'd be good. It seems like such an obvious thing to. Of course, this should be. It's the same with I used to have a tape measure when I was working, and it's like it was neon yellow. And also my pal gave me a string windy thing last week, and it's like it's total glow in the dark yellow, and it's like, yes, that's what I want. That's something you're always looking for. What's the point of having a black one? Come across a Johnson guitars, black strap with maple fretboard, Ibanez looking headstock and EMGs. I have had Johnson and Axel Badwater. Remember the Axel Badwater guitars, which were ones that kind of looked like driftwood? I suppose it was kind of like the Relic thing. This is probably 10, 12 years ago. And they were kind of like Relic thing. They had a Telecaster and a Strat that was a bit pointy. The Telly was a wee bit pointier here as well. And they were kind of crackle finishes, and they had like antique copper looking hardware. Basically, I had a Johnson, one of them, branded Johnson, exactly the same guitar. So the Johnsons, and it had also the Axel Badwater had EMG, and I noticed you put EMGs on it as well. Yes. So it's the same company, or the same. I think Axel is the factory, and I think Axel made their own brand, and I think they also made guitars for Johnson, but basically the same one without their own brand on it. And also Axel made the desirable Squires that have, I can't remember, they make desirable Squires. There was a time when you could get like the Squire Affinity, and then you could get like a Squire Affinity starter pack, which came with an amp and a gig bag and stuff, you know, for 50 quid more. And the one that was in the starter pack wasn't the same guitar. It was called the same, but it was made by Axel, and that's the one everyone wants. Woo! Yeah, there you go. Haven't reached for the BC packs yet. It's over there. Working my way through. Check the washing machine. Yes. What was it? It was in my washing machine. That was a lighter. Yeah. Actually, Mr. Whitesteak, I was you get stickers on. It was probably Temu. So that there, I've got some glow in the dark stickers on this. They pretty much work. See, if you go into the sun for 10 seconds and then go into a dark place, my God, it's like totally like floodlights. They don't seem to last for very long. You keep your picks under wires from Fiona's bras, but that's okay for you, but nobody else can keep their picks there. I always seem to find peanuts in the washing machine. I don't really remember eating any peanuts, so I don't really know what's going on there. Yeah, so I'm not sure the BC Rich packs is staying that way. YN serial number, Squire, aren't they? The YN ones, not the Taiwanese ones. I'm not sure. There's a similar story with both of them. I'm not sure whether they were both at the same time, but the YN ones were from packs as well, but they're from Taiwan, whereas there was other ones that were made by Axel. I'm not really sure. Yeah, you can get, well, you can just stick stickers on it. That's really all you have to do. The Kraken has, I mean, it can be difficult to put them in, even see if you were going to do it yourself. I mean, you get like a cylinder, like a stick of the glow-in-the-dark stuff, then you would just drill a wee hole, stick it in, bit of glue, sand it smooth. That would be all it really would be, wouldn't it? They can make all the difference. So I had to do that with my Isaac Epiphone EBO bass that I used to gig with. That painted black and white stripes for the Geezer Butler thing, and we used to play with dressed as monks basically. And for the first song, I couldn't see anything because you couldn't see through the monk. So I had I painted big white bars on the back of the frets where the third one was, and it made it so easy to play. You could basically have this thing that I could barely see through. I could see it was good. Finding sunlight in Holland. Actually, it was sunny today up here. You're from Texas, though. You know what I mean? Fuck's sake. So you get more sun in Texas in an hour and a half than we get in Scotland in a year. I've never actually. I remember John Paul Jones when he toured. That's probably 20 or 24 years ago. I'm pretty sure it was 2001. I saw him and he had the Manson basses that had the LED light up fretboard markings. They've obviously never worked out how to do that really cheaply. Otherwise, you would be able to get like Chinese necks. Surely people would do that. You know, the standard 30 quid Chinese Telecaster neck. I don't even know if what used to be standard 30 quid Chinese Telecaster neck. I mean, if they could do that for 50 for the same neck for 50, but with light up thingies, you'd have to buy one, wouldn't you? Oh, Mr. White said, don't worry about it. It's only what, the 16th. You've only got another 4.5 months and the sun will come back. I'm kind of, the way this house is a little bit, when I moved in at the end of August, the sun set there, so I was getting lovely sun coming straight in, and then in the morning it rose there and shone on my bed. Now the sun barely gets up above the thingy, then it goes behind the house, and then during the day it's over there where there's no windows, and then it sets just before it shines in my window. Like, yeah, great, so it's going to be dark until earlier on. Ah, Mr. Whiteside, come on, that's because you're not drinking enough Bucky. I had to name drop that I met Mr. Manson. And I've got a John Paul Jones signed ticket. Not signed by John Paul Jones, signed by Hugh Manson. Where are you? It's going to be cold this week. That's us down to the zeros, I think. I think it's actually going to be nice weather, but cold. And I live up quite a steep hill. The guy I'm talking to next door was saying that best. See if it snows, just park at the pub. You know what I mean? It's fucking half a mile away. Well, not that far away in a straight line, but if you talk about how much altitude it is, it's a lot. During the day, the sun is setting at 4, I know. It's so bad. It just seems to come in so quickly, though. Maybe it's just getting old. I'm looking forward to it getting bright. I always remember it going into the studio. Mind you, we've been kind of sporadic with the studio, but it was always such a difference going. I remember in the summer you'd be going to this, you're coming out the studio and it's still daylight, like pure whoa, amazing, and then suddenly it's like, oh, you're coming out the studio light, you're going into the studio daylight and coming out and it's dark, and then now you're going into the studio and it's dark and you're coming out and it's dark. You're like, oh. Hey, Big Ped. Are you on the other side of the wall now? No, I'm still at the foot of the wall. I'd be like the first raiding parties. The wall is literally it. Well, technically I'm on the wall, actually. There you go. Aye, because obviously you get the river and the canal, or the river's as low as it goes, because that's where the water is. Yeah, gravity. That's over there about, I don't know, half a mile, but hundreds of meters down, and then going that way half a mile, you're onto the wall, which is admittedly steeper. It's kind of that steep here, and then if you go like half a mile that way, it gets kind of that steep, and then it's the wall. Why did they mess with time? Something to do with, my mum always said it was something to do with kids going to school in the morning. I don't know. Looking for a Jimmy Moon guitar. I've actually played a Jimmy Moon. It was like, I don't think it was, what's the one, the 335 that's not as big as a 335? Is it a 333 or a 315 or something like that? It's basically a 335, but it's just, you know, bigger than a telly, but not much. Rather than being this size, it's kind of this size. One of them, red, set neck and solid, not hollow, was a lovely guitar. I would totally have one of them. He said, you get a Manson guitar, yeah. British Standard Time was for the farming industry. Okay. Why? How does that work? Just out of interest, I don't know how. I don't know why would it make any difference to the farmers? Because they'd just get up earlier or up later. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know anything. First I'd heard of Manson guitars was with seeing John Paul Jones. And the first song he had, he was playing an 8-string bass. The second one it was a multi-neck thing with light-up fingerboards. And then the third one, he's like, yes, this is another bass. So made by Mr. Manson there. He's like, oh, does this one light up as well? And he's like, that pair. Yes, this one does light up as well. So I've actually talked, and he answered, John Paul Jones. What does J185 mean? I'm sure the BST thing's an old wives' tale. There must be a reason for it. I mean, I suppose does it make it less depressing? No, because it makes the mornings earlier. Yeah, it makes the day earlier. I suppose so. Rather than wasting daylight between 6 and 8 when no one's up, sort of thing. But it does make it a bit shit when it fucking, you're like, it's like a pure punch in the guts though, because you start noticing it's getting darker, and then it's like, it's saying that thing, it's like up here. Oh, I used to have my dinner. It was daylight, and it's like now it's kind of getting a bit dark when I finish my dinner. You're like, oh, it's not very good. And then a couple of weeks later, bang, summertime. You're like, oh, it's fucking dark before I even start making my dinner. Great. Aye. Supply chains to distributor before sunrise. There's probably an obvious answer. Of course there is. I remember that Pitch Black in the 70s used to wear high-vis armbands. Oh, was it relatively... Was it brought in? Well, obviously it never always existed, but how long has it existed for? I don't know. I don't remember it not existing, but maybe it did. I don't know. Oh, the J185, sorry. Okay, you were talking about the... Aye. Yeah. Anyone remember when the sun was yellow? Yeah, in Pennsylvania the sun was yellow, the sky was a different colour. Everyone always called me a freak for thinking the sky's a different colour when you go to different places, but it totally is. Here, like obviously going down to London and stuff like that, the light's a different colour. The light in London is yellower, the sun is yellower than it is here, or more orangey than it is here. We've got like a white light, a white sun. I don't know how it works. Ugh. harp weather. My grandparents' house in Kent used to have a weather phenomenon. It would be raining at the front of the house, but not at the back. All right, cool. I used to get that all the time at. I think Greenock does it as well. Alexandra will know, but Dunoon, it could be Dunoon is on the other side of the River Clyde. You have to get a ferry, so it's, I don't know, maybe about 2 miles in a straight line, sort of thing. But it could be absolutely pissing it down all day in Greenock and sunny all day, just because of the way the weather goes between the mountains. It's at the edge, so it can be pissing down all day. In Dunoon, you never see the sky, and it's sunny and 2 miles away all day. Yeah, maybe something like that. Because we invented time. Yeah, okay. Brought in World War One to help conserve coal. These things make sense. Yes, okay. Is harp that fucking? I think have I not got. Is that not that thing I've got over here? Nah, not finding it, am I? I'm sure I saw it not long ago and went, why have I got that? Aye, the Muse Live CD, I do have it. Because it's got my, it uses my bass amp, the big Marshall bass amp I've got to next door, the one that's that big. That's the same one as the guy Muse uses, and he uses it in that video. I remember when it was windy to push the clouds to the sky. Wow. Who's a conspiracy? What conspiracies are they? Harley Benton's, they really are good, and I'm just telling you they're shite for money, possibly. You're awfully chuffed. Oh, I'm mentioning your favourite things. I'm trying to think of something else you like. Don't know. Apple, aren't they great? Greenock means sunny bay, liars. I remember just when I worked at Greenock for 6 months, building a factory, looking out over the water, over the Clyde where the sugar boat is, and just, it always seemed to be the sun just blasting off the lovely white houses in Helensburgh. Helensburgh's not really that nice when you get there, but when you were in Greenock looking across the Mink, you know, it's just... City suffer. Yes, I'm noticing here. See, I think it's good for the morning. See, because I'm kind of, as I said, I'm on a hill, quite a steep hill, looking over that way. I'm on the ground floor. There's 2 stories, but I'm kind of at the same level as the second story of the house that's next there, and I can kind of see quite far. I've got a bit of a horizon, which is lovely, and because it's like the whole east to west main central belt thing, it's like I can see, I don't know, 10 miles in that direction. When I go in my car, it's like I look down the street and I can see the Springburn high flats and stuff. It's like, yeah, it's so much nicer than being somewhere where you can't see anything. It's ridiculous. I loved it when I moved to Belton Campsie because I could see the Campsies out my bedroom window, whereas now I'm actually on the Campsies. Oh. Oh, the heart was... Oh, right, there you go. I think so. Yeah, Dave, I heard it was that. I think it's one of those ones. It's just it's an easy enough action. The thing about the conspiracy theories is by its very definition a conspiracy theory. Can it be true? If you know what I mean. Like, it might not be. Yeah, it can be. It can be a conspiracy. But it doesn't have to be pure nuts. You know what I mean? Oh, and Andrew, I started looking inside your silver strat. My God, what's going on in there? Obviously, I've been in it, but I don't know what the hell's going on. Did I give up at it or something? There seems to be wires snipped, but nothing that they're snipped from. I don't really know what's going on. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, so a conspiracy theory could be true. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a... You know, by definition, a conspiracy theory isn't wrong. It could be right. Aye. But do you know what I mean? I'm getting a bit confused with myself. I don't really know what I'm saying. It makes sense in my head somewhere. So I try to explain how some of my guitar wiring works. Culture now playing Here Comes the Rain. Yeah. I have to say about the Cult though, Ian Astbury was a fantastic Jim Morrison when I saw him at the Armadillo. He was brilliant. I think he was genuinely drunk as well, with his leather trousers and curly hair, and just looked basically exactly like Jim Morrison. To detract the conspiracy theory. All right, okay. Conspiracy theory. Okay, yeah, you go. Yeah, well, that again, but you can see that's what I'm sitting there thinking about it logically. When you actually think about these things, like the reason my mum said, you know, it's like it's for kids going to school in the morning. It's like that's good enough answer. Fine, I'm not really interested enough to look up, see if that is the answer. Maybe it was something to do with farming or coal or whatever. But there you go. Maybe that's just one of the benefits of it. I don't know, but it's just a house. Conspiracies. I don't know, no, Andrew, looking at it, there appears to be wires that are snipped and they don't look like they were ever connected to anything and they're just hanging there, although there are some wires off. I have kind of started putting it back together again and I can't get anything. In fact, there's nothing going to the output of the jack of the guitar. It's like, it's mental. I'll work it out. I don't mean... I need to have a look and see if I did a video to what it's actually meant to do. I can't be bored with those Fender S1 switches. And it's got a big stupid rotary switch as well, which all does things that's like, yeah, it does that. Why would you want that? Yeah. Tone denies. You can't deny the tone. Nobody denies the tone. You can deny what makes the tone. And we all know what makes the best tone. Tone ply. There's the argument. I suppose it's a little bit like the set neck thing, the tone wood bodies. It depends who built it. If the same person built a guitar out of ash or mahogany, then it might sound different. But if somebody makes it out of somebody crap makes it out of ash and somebody brilliant makes it out of mahogany, the mahogany one's better, and if it does it the other way, it's like, so there is no... Harley Benton makes... Oh, that's just too... That's a conspiracy theory. Gear for Music make the best budget guitars. But they're not really that budgety. That's the thing that's annoying about them. The thing about the Harley Bentons is I wish the Gear for Music ones were the same price as the Harley Bentons. Harley Bentons used to be 60 quid for a Telecaster. And for that, I was like, pure, fucking hell, £60 for a guitar that you can actually, with a wee bit of fret filing, you can actually make it play chords? Whoa, that's... Colour makes the best tone. White. Not white people, white guitars. I like... white guitars make the best tone. They do. Actually, you sent me that picture of your... I forgot how good your wee telly looked. The Honor one with the sort of funny... the Prince type layout, because it's a Honor. So it's the same as Prince's Mad Cat. That one, but it's like... I can't remember what the bridge is. Not got a piece of... like scratch plate to make the bridge shape, and then the bridge is separate or something. It's pretty cool though. The doner kebab was invented in Germany is something that I would not have believed until a few years ago. I was in town and I saw the German doner kebab company, traditional original German doner kebabs. All right, and there's actually one over there at the cheap petrol station where you can get German doner kebabs. And about 3 weeks ago, I bought a packet of crisps and Home Bargains for £1.50, and on it said they were German doner kebab flavour, and it was like, buy one get one free with this packet of crisps. So I treated Jen to, I think, £14 each. We got it for £14 for the pair of us. Like, yes. So that they are really good, the German doner kebab company. Yes. Jet are the leaders. For budget guitars, I don't know. I mean, what are the ones? I don't know what the best ones are. What are the ones that are most popular? I don't know. There was that. I think the East Coast ones have probably got a fair chance of being about as good as you can get. From the couple of ones I've played, they're like fucking ridiculous. You're like, well, it's one of those ones you go up here. Yeah. I've played better. It was £110, really. I really like that. I'd imagine it's sold out now. The Solo King guitar that was for sale. I noticed Anderton's plugged it a couple of times in the same day. And then I looked on the website and there it was. Oh, look, it's on special offer. I think it was £250. And I really fucking like the look of that guitar. I remember when it came out, I knew it wouldn't sell well because it's too odd looking, but it's got like a rosewood neck like the original George Harrison Telecaster. So it's a one-piece rosewood neck with a maple skunk stripe. And then the body is a little bit crackeny. Maybe not as pointy, but a similar sort of vibe. And what else has it got? It's got a wooden scratch plate that's actually recessed so it sits flush with the body. All these things are cool as fuck. And then it's like it's humbucker single coil, Wilkinson pickups and hardware. It's only £250. If anyone can, if someone's coming in wanting to swap that for something, I might be interested. Do you know what I mean? I've had very good things about Jet guitars. I've played some very good Jet guitars, yes. Again, I think their reputation is a bit different. My pal David bought one, and I think it was, in fact, did Alexander not have one as well? No, it was a Donner he had, but it was only like £110 for a Strat, and it wasn't like a cheap one. It was fucking good. I think when these companies start up, they produce. Here's the same price as the basic Squire, apart from it's more like the classic vibe type thing. And then once they've got some reputation, they go, right, we've got X amount of orders, right, how cheap can we make that bastard? And the quality slumps. That happens quite a lot. Not saying it happened with Jet, but it happens with a lot of companies. Either that or the price starts going up. And the one where you go, that Jet Telecaster was fucking fantastic for £125. It was amazing. I think I'll get one of them. Oh, they're £210 now. Because they're now popular. Soul King, that's what I was saying about the East Coast ones where I got there, yeah. Squire will always be best budget guitars. I don't know. They're always a good buy, I think, because you're going to get your money back on them. Like modern ones, you've got more chance of, especially if you buy a telly. If you buy whatever this is, the equivalent of the Squire Affinity white telly. I don't know what the cheapest one is, £120. Might be less than that. You're not really losing any money on that. Buy that for £120. Sell it next year or the year after for 90, £100. It's like, but you can't do that if you buy the Strat. It's through the floor. It looks Manson. Yeah, it's kind of halfway. It's kind of like the Manson sort of Telecaster bit there, but it's kind of that colour and that thing. I just like that guitar, but I mean, I get it. It's like there are the classic designs, and it's like that thing. You can't put links in there, unfortunately, Andrew. I've tried. There's nothing I can do about it. What was I saying there? Yes, but even me with like the obscure guitars don't want a boring normal one. There's something about the all white one. It's just I like that. What are the traditional colours? That pure tobacco sunburst, boo, black, boo, white. Ooh. End missile pickups, yeah, that's right. I take it it's gone. Are you online just now? Do Andersons have any of them left? Because I'm pretty sure they only had 6 left or something. I was looking. They didn't have the cool coloured one. There was a white one. A sort of white stained one with a dark rosewood. I just thought it was a really cool guitar. You were sitting there going like that. Could I pay £250 for it? And it's like, well, it seems to do an awful lot of things for £250. But it doesn't look like. But then again, I'm not the usual guitar buyer. I've got a telly and a Strat. And a Les Paul. And I've got all the ones I want, and I'm kind of wheeling them in and out. But I just thought it was quite interesting because it was different. Sometimes it's nice to be different. We is all different. Oh. Is it on special price? Oh. To be honest, I even thought at 350 quid it looked like quite a good buy. I don't know the guitars, but I just imagine the Should Be being an unknown make. It's that whole thing that they obviously brought these things out. They started doing well. They've started getting a reputation. Let's try and make a luxury model. It's the same as that Encore vintage Telecaster I had, like a high spec Encore. And I think that I've only seen them. They're all from the same year because they tried doing a high spec one and then nobody bought it because East Coast or Encore. That's those ones you get in Argos. I'm not paying £200 for a telly. It doesn't matter how good it is. And then they started the vintage brand. Black sold out. The natural woods in stock, 250. I'm kind of tempted to buy it. I mean, how much feasibly are you going to lose on it, really? I suppose you could lose 250. But I mean, what happens with the Anderton blowouts? You always think, oh, I'll not buy that. But once it's gone, mind you, that's been for sale for a while. They must have not sold any out when they were doing it. Is it the natural one or the white one? Because when I saw it, they only had the white one and the black one. Buy it? I don't know. Should I though? I've just bought a bass, and I've got this Telecaster and a fixed Mantoria, which is technically new, and I was going to swap over guitars. I don't know, this actually made it onto... I don't know if if this has made it onto YouTube yet. I bought a JPax. Personalised for me. It's like, perfect. It's just blacked a tambourine off the band's Cult Fiction. Well, I mean, they do get... That's not the best, the Cult tribute band I've heard of, though, because there used to be a poster. They must have found somebody. I think they were looking for a bass player or a guitarist, and it was the Scottish Cult tribute band called The Kilt. And I thought that I liked that very much. But again, still a tambourine, good stuff. Something going on. The humidity's changed. I think. Well, the weather's turned. I'm noticing all these guitars are totally flat. Like still in tune, but all flat. Just over the last couple of days. Natural black and white. Alright, natural black and white both sold out. Cool. I got a cheeky headphone this week. A 2009 Oxblood Jeff Beck replica. The neck pickup doesn't seem to work though. Need to get the iron and the multimeter out. 2009, maybe not then. Before you do anything, make sure you've put switch cleaner into the toggle switch, because when I got my Epiphone, at least 4 other people I knew who'd all bought Epiphones. Within a year of getting their guitar, the pickup switch broke and you just scooshed it with contact cleaner, which fixed it. I remember that happened. It's up here, all the switches broken. We've got up here. It's fucking... I remember taking it into Victor Morris, who are fucking shit and would never fix anything. The guy went, aye, use it, and came back 30 seconds later to go fix it. And I was like, bullshit. And basically, that's what he'd done. He didn't tell me that's what he'd done, but that's what he'd done. Hey Jeff, the last antiquity custom tellies, £90 a pop. Bought one. What's an antiquity telly? Is that a Squire? I sent it back, but they're sold out, so they're sending it back to me at a reduced price. Mind you, it was only 90 quid, and then you start knocking, 40 quid off it, you're getting it for 50 quid. I don't mind if it's got some dents in it, as long as it's not fucking mangled. Yeah, the natural one wasn't in that special offer before. Maybe they tried to get rid of the black ones and the white ones first. I don't know what you're talking about, Stevie, but it sounds awesome. Give me a message and I can give you my address. I have no interest in Harley Benton, new or used. Somebody just said earlier on that Harley Benton's were the best budget guitars you could get. No, the Harley Benton's they're not worth it, but I mean, I get it. If you want to hang it on the wall, I can kind of understand it, and I do get that a lot of cheap guitars you buy are You know, it doesn't. If it looks shit, you're like, what's the difference between a Gear for Music Telecaster at 120 quid and a Harley Benton one? The Harley Benton one looks like the Squire Classic Vibe. It's not as good as the Gear for Music one, but the Gear for Music one looks cheap because it is cheap, but then they built it properly rather than, here's the parts, here's somebody who's doesn't even know what a guitar is, put that there, they just like, so they're putting pickups in, and it's like, what am I doing here? And aye. Yeah, 2000. The Epiphones are. I mean, the thing I get with the Epiphones is not that they were bad. It's just for fucking 450 quid on a time. That good. What's your favourite? Your preferred contact cleaner? The one if you type in electrical contact cleaner on eBay, you get 3 cans of it for £9. Or you can get Servisol, which basically smells exactly the same and seems to do exactly the same thing for like £7 per can. So I just get the one whatever's cheapest. If it's got guitar on it, it costs more than if it says for cars or general electrical work. The current version of the Oxbud is 1,300 quid. The thing is, I keep seeing so many like justification videos on it saying, is the Gibson Les Paul Standard at $2,500 really any better than this Epiphone one? In very small print, which is £1,600, and you're like, yeah. But I mean, you can always make that argument that if you're any guitar that's like £1,000, and then you go up to £2,000, it's not going to be twice as good. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, things progress. You know, you maybe get a difference if it's like, you know, I don't know, from like it's like a £90 guitar. It's pretty feasible that a £180 guitar could be twice as good. Do you know what I mean? Because the £90 guitar doesn't have is a Harley Benton basically. Yeah. I'm taking with PMT house band guitars, but the scratch plate was kicked in. Oh fuck, because the scratch plate was done. That's fine. Just buy another scratch plate. Oh, no problem. Plus, you can put one in with the chance, because it's a telly, this one doesn't have a scratch plate, but you can really gouge whatever you want in there and put whatever pickup you want. So just buy one with, I don't know, do you want a P90 in it? Buy that, buy a Temu P90, stick it in the neck. The thing about the P90 is, I used to put that in tellies and I always thought it was a great idea, but that's what that East Coast did with their telly, which is still a great idea, but now you go, oh, that East Coast's got that. It's not the same, is it? Oh. Waiting for someone to say WD-40, don't know, Servisol lasted me years and years, but the fraction of the guitars you do. Yeah, I mean, I used it for everything. Yeah, but the thing that got me was, who was it? Buster? Remember Buster's Basses? He's still doing his motorbike thing. I remember him going like that, and he was reaching for the WD-40, and it was like that pure. I was like, no, stop! And he looked at me and he went, shh. I was like, you can't put the parts in. He was like that. He held it up to me, and it was WD-40 contact cleaner. It wasn't in the blue and yellow can. It was like an orange and something can. But I mean, that's a dangerous thing. That. Which WD-40 did you put in it? Did you put in the one that will clean the contacts, or the ones that's guaranteed to gum it up and make it not work? Yeah. When I get to a certain price, don't really get any better. They can look better. I mean, obviously, you can always make it look better by polishing it more, by putting more gold leaf and more binding on it. But yeah, I mean, once you get to a certain point, and again, even then, how much difference does that make if you have someone who's not as good on the guitar plays it? You know what I mean? Is it going to make any difference to Jimi Hendrix? I mean, his guitars probably weren't that great. Duncan's gonna see some tech. I don't know the Epiphone. No, yours is a bit later. The Epiphone, the earlier ones, the 90s one. You said it was 2008. The 90s Samick ones had really bad pickups in them. But I'm just going by the SGs here. But I mean, I'd imagine they'll all be the same. When 2000 and I'm trying to think who was it. Who had a 2001 one? And the pickups that were good. The pickups that weren't a million miles away from the ones in my Gibson, whereas the ones that were in my Epiphone were pure weak as fuck, like pure. Are these working right? Have you got the wrong pots in? That kind of thing. Now I think back. Of course, a certain brand in the headstock. Of course, can. That's why I love that bass so much. It's like, it's just, it's not even not the desired brand. It's also the most hideous headstock. I like the off brands. UB40 tribute band WD40. I believe there probably is, but I hope there is one. Yes. The pickups are Sound Eco Classics. Alright, so hopefully the bridge one works. Yes. The thing is that I do feel your pain. There is no way you can continue playing that guitar with only one pickup working. See, if it only had one pickup originally, if you had like a Les Paul that didn't have a bridge pickup, like by design, and had a neck pickup, it would be absolutely fine. But because you've got the other one, it's the same as me with that. When I bought my Casio MIDI guitar, basically I knew I was buying a Japanese Strat, completely irrelevant to anything else. So I bought myself a Japanese Strat, but it had the MIDI thing on it, which I bought as not working. So I'm just playing my Japanese Strat. Everything works fine, same output, and everything just is exactly, and it's just like, I've got this wee screen with a couple of switches on it, and I had to get it fucking fixed. I couldn't just have it sitting there not working. But that's the same with that, my wee Hofner. I have to say that Purple Wayne tribute to Prince I like a lot. I like that a lot. Yes, that's good. So best tribute bands. I did this with Andy, the singer in the Sabbath band. He had a couple of belters. There's one called the Numpties. I quite like that. I've got one of those East Coast tellies. I take it they're pretty good. They're kind of annoying shape. They're not quite. They're a wee bit. This bit's a wee bit short or a wee bit long, obviously to get around copyright. And sometimes I find that annoying. Sometimes I don't. I don't like Andrew's Manson one that kind of is too bulbous. It looks melted. I don't really like the East Coast one because it's too short. Whereas for some reason the FGN one, which is a little bit smaller and a bit pointier, I do like. I don't know why. Problem with the Antiquary is big guard with the Gibson pot setup. Oh, I know what you mean. All right, so it's a Tele Custom, the original Tele Custom. I have heard of the Children of the Gravy. Yes, I think they're fat as well. I think that's part of their. I think they're all massive. But yeah, Children of the Gravy. I would go and see them. But I'm pretty sure that they are all the larger chaps. Tequila Mockingbird. My name is Gabriel. I thought no, it's clearly Cassius or Marcellius. I'm trying to think. They're... Hairdressers curl up and die. Yep. I always remember the one with my pal. I never actually saw it, but my pal Mo used to work when he was walking to work. He used to walk past a butcher's. I think it was in I think it was Springburn. Was it Springburn? And it was like it said butchers, and there was graffiti on it that said "I'll Boz," so it was "I'll butcher Boz." Quite funny. You really like cover bands? I don't, but I mean I'm in one. Papa Dump. Shite Snake. I like that. Aunt Wales, yes. And I just like I was gonna say, I know someone would be up for playing guitar in that. Yes. Yeah. No, I mean to be honest, I would go and see Shite Snake. You'd have to, wouldn't you? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, One of the first bands I saw was the Australian Doors, and I don't know, it didn't make sense to me. I would rather go and see them being shite. But Shite Snake is Earth, Wind and Fire, fantastic. There was I used to drive past a Chinese in, I think it's in Springburn, called Walk and Roll, being like a stir fry, a Chinese restaurant. This weekend, you see, break three strings like that means, I wonder if that means you can't hear themselves. I was actually talking about this. I've not snapped a string on a guitar. Obviously, I'm going to do it right now. I've not snapped a string on a guitar properly for like 20 years or something like that. Like, I can't even remember the last time I did it. I've snapped old rusty, shitey ones, and when I'm trying to, but never actually, playing and snapping a string. Really third-rate cover deal impression. Ricardo and I, yes. No, he is cool as fuck. He reminds me of Avon from Blake 7. Got a similar sort of tone. They just retired. It says like up here, I'm hanging up my boots for Perth, Wind and Fire. I mean, yes, that's fantastic. I don't know if you would get enough disco fans in Perth for that, but that's that I like. Here's a song for you. What was it? I remember when I was in first band, I was in Carnival. I can't remember what the song went like. Dun, dun, it was a riff, and I was sitting there. I was like, I just need something there. I was like, what it needs is a cover deal, and it did. So it was like we were, and it was fucking great. But there you go. That was sorry. I did have a slight songwriting influence into that band. I'm a professional Elvis tribute act. Well, if you're looking for a bass player, because Jerry Chef's one of my favourite bass players ever. Actually, I was playing, what was it? I was playing Jen, Ellie Woman. The other day, I was like, listen to the bass of this. She was like, oh, that sounds like you. And it was like pure, it's the best compliment I've ever had playing the guitar or the bass. So. There is, I have heard of just because this is Scotland, I've heard of the tragedy one, yes, shit, it was Nick Cage Against the Machine, yes, I like that. My pals are in Anthrax. I don't know what the best, Children of the Gravy might be the best Black Sabbath one I've heard. Oh, what was the Bryan Adams one? It was great. There was also a Green Day one that was fucking brilliant. The Green Day one was amazing. I can't remember what it was. It was so obvious. There was no way that you wouldn't know that they were a Green Day tribute, but it was funny as fuck. I can't even remember if either of the words were the same. If it was Green something or something Day, but they were fucking great. Dr. Mordecai, I'm kind of getting lost a wee bit. Oh, bassist was Mac Talica, yeah. Okay, I mean, I get it. It's like putting in the Scottish thing. What was the Iron Maiden? Made in Scotland, I tried out for. But they never told me they were made in Scotland, so it's like, do you know any Iron Maiden songs? And I kind of knew two of them. I don't know if I think they maybe tried to do some other project. No, I think it's very Yellow Submarine-y. I was actually remarkably dressed almost like this the other day. No, I got Jen to stop painting this. Because they kind of often look like this, then they get much more detailed. The back's not been done at all. So I was like, I'll buy that. Stop right now. Gaze that, stop. I was like, I've just got to put one word on it. I was like, pure, as long as it's bastard. And then 30 seconds later, photo, there you go. And I'd committed to it. Good fun. No, Jeff, there's definitely a Yellow Submarine. I don't think it's anything like intentional. I don't know if Jen likes the Beatles. I don't think she likes the Beatles at all. So the Yellow Submarine, but I see Yellow Submarine in quite a lot of it. Iron Maiden, okay. Throbbing. The Polis. Yes, I've heard of the Polis. I quite like that. Guns N' Roses. Aberdeen. I wanted to do I might still be doing, I'm pretty sure I could get the singer and Sabbath band to do it. Black Sabbath with like black in single, in lowercase, and then ABBA, and then we'll do ABBA and Black Sabbath songs. I'd actually thought of that and talked about that, and then somebody sent me that fucking link to the Bee Gees and the Bee Gees and Black Sabbath, and it's like, oh, someone's already doing something like that. Bastards. Bastards, yeah. What, Bucky? Oh, Bucky's the best, eh? I had more than half I had more than a third of a bottle, but less than a half. But it is awful good. I did get a little bit of a shock though, like how many cans of Coke worth of caffeine do you think there's in a bottle of Bucky? Oh. Have you been to Friesland? I don't know. It sounds like you're... Yeah. So who's for how many cans worth of Coke? And that... Oh... I sound a bit German. I have heard that. That's because we talk low. Are you not by chance from the south of England, are you? Aye. Bonnie's over here. Oh. Yeah. It's alright. That's the thing. When you buy cider that's like 3% or something like that, it's just kind of nice. Like apple juice. No, Elvis is fantastic. See, if anyone's not an Elvis fan, this is what got me. I don't really understand. Why is he the king? Blah, 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 blah. Watch the DVD. That's the way it is. And just from the start, and then within 10 minutes in, you're like, I get it. He's the coolest man on the planet. So much power in that particular thing. It's just, I know he's amazing all the way through it, but that one, it's just so fucking obvious. That's the way it is, DVD. In fact, I've actually got my DVDs out. It's probably kicking about. It's fucking brilliant. And every song on it's amazing. And no, I'm a huge Elvis fan. He thoroughly deserves that. What's so great about Elvis? Watch a thing, listen to an album, watch that film. It'll make sense. Doesn't matter. Pure original songs. I don't know if he's got any. I can't remember how you play. I used to be able to play a few of them. Yeah, Mr. Whitesnake, how good is that DVD though? Does it? I can't remember how you play any of it. This guitar is not playing as well. It's the wee Japanese one. Did a documentary 2008, did an Elvis tribute, did the full show replicating That's the Way It Is. Fantastic. Yes, amazing. No, I mean, Stephen, I think it might be even been That's the Way It Is when he's like, I think it's in Vegas or something like that in a big hotel, and you get all these, like folks sitting around dinner tables and stuff like that, sort of very much highfalutin and very dressed up 1966 or 68 or 70, whatever it is. Folks sitting there, and Elvis is just going out in the crowd. There's just all these girls all screaming, he's just getting up, just kissing all of them. Giving them all hugs and kind of stopping a wee bit to sing a bit of verse and then back into his lap. Oh baby, it's just like fucking. It's just so cool. It's unbelievable. James Burton. I know totally. I know. Aye. Him and it's Jerry Sheff with the bass player and the drum. Well, obviously the whole band's fucking brilliant, but the bass, drums, and Telecaster are just. That's it. Elvis wanted the best band. He just paid the most money. It's like, these are all session musicians. He's like, you're not a session musician anymore. You're in my fucking band. Oh, can I not do sessions? No, because I might call on you day and night. And they would go into the studio and they would record and it would be fucking live the whole way, including the vocals. And if Elvis fucked up, stop and everybody starts again. But he's in control. That's the thing where you say, but Elvis didn't write his own songs. See, when you see him controlling the band, and that's the way it is. You see him doing other bit, and that one it's really obvious. At the end of songs and shit, they're not watching the drummer's watching Elvis, giving it the pure dibba da dibba da bam ba dibba da ba. He's changing it all about, trying to catch folk out, and it's got that amazing. Fucking love him. Original That's the Way It Is live album. The original film shit though. I remember I saw the film years ago, and this is when my pal had that band I was in talking about earlier on, the one that put the Whitesnake thing in. He was a big Elvis fan. I used to listen to Madison Square Garden, and I used to play, what was it, the Polk Salad Annie and all that. Oh, pure amazing. Down in Louisiana, alligator bag so deep, bucked herself on the dark sack polk salad. You really got your granny, but every I start playing these things again. Not played that for 20 years. But I remember watching the original film and having to skip through it. The original film has an awful lot of talking, like, here's 30 seconds of a song and then cut to talking to people in the lobby about how much they love Elvis. Like, what you don't want, whereas the DVD, they've kind of cut that bit. I think that stuff might be on a bonus, on like another bit at the end rather than being in it. It's like a whole concert rather than being, oh, songs just getting going, then just like, oh, I love Elvis, oh, we're brilliant, oh. They're in Las Vegas though, so just imagine this, the equivalent Las Vegas accent are in Glasgow. This is not in tune sounding. I think this neck might have to go. I quite like the BC Rich. I find it offensive, but I don't know. I've got the Gould neck. Might just make this a bit. Hey Ben. Yeah, I think GGK was fucking brilliant. And there's probably more that I didn't grab out there in that pile. No, fantastic. I've actually got one of his guitars. I've got the Casio, when he plays. This needs I've not finished with that. Basically, so it's like, it doesn't, when you've got, like, there's so much you can do to a guitar to get it to play great. It's so much easier to do it with like a Japanese one. What's the Kiss show they did over the weekend? I used to see them with it, all the gimmicks. It was just refreshing. Was it a recent Kiss one? Caught in a trap. Can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Why can't you see what you're doing me? And yet the reason is true. We can't go on together. It's suspicious, man. It's suspicious, man. Dreams and suspicious minds. Elvis, fucking great stuff to play. It's a cult finished. I don't know. I mean, I just always assumed it's one of those things that you had to be there. They didn't really do anything. We used to play one. What's the one? Oh, it was so hard to play. I can remember the chords. It was. was one of the big hits, and it was so difficult. It was the same as that Kiss one, but they lick it up. It just does that so long. You're like, how? There's no melody to keep you going, so you have to just count to 18 and shit like that, and then change. It's really difficult, or maybe just in my head. That'll be great. Drift Away, I don't know that. I do know the original version of Polk Salad Annie is really very similar. The whole bit was up your land in Louisiana. Their annual Kiss cruise, but in Vegas landlocked. Okay, sounded great. Good look, Polk, because it was one-off residency thing. All right, cool. Don't know what Removal Street is. J.J. Cale. The thing about J.J. Cale is like, see, how much more I like him. He's one of Eric Clapton's big influences. You know, basically because Eric Clapton, he continued he stopped being a painter and decorator after his failed music career, started doing more albums. But I much prefer him as a guitarist. I knew him. I don't know. Maybe it's an image thing, but I love the way he's so. But he plays it that he's always behind the beat. It's always pure. It's kind of, obviously I aspire to play a little, I have an element of that in my playing, which probably isn't really that noticeable, but that kind of, I don't know, this baby. No, he's amazing. I love you. I love you too. That's a Cult song you were playing. Cult is easy and playing. What was the Cult song I was playing? Love Removing Machine, was it? All right, it wasn't that one. No, it was called. Maybe it was called that. No, the thing is, the Cult are the same as that Lick It Up Kiss song. It's not hard to physically play any of the parts. It's hard to do that bit for long enough without getting lost and forgetting what the fuck you're doing and have no idea when it changes type thing. You know, whereas at least with Elvis stuff, there might be a lot of chords in it, but it's dead catchy. One of my favourite ones, obviously, well, it's Willie Nelson's song on it. Maybe I need you. Right as I felt as I could have. And I guess I could have told you I'm so happy that you're mine. Little Devil, that's the one. And it made you feel second best. I'm so sorry that I cried. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Tell me that your sweet love never died. Believe in me. Kind of wanted to prove. I was amazed at how far through that song I got there. I just it's like about. I don't know, but again, I wasn't there at the time, so I don't know. No, Cult. I just never really liked that one, the famous one. I think that got me so much about Elvis was his first song. Because he actually plays it the thing. And that's alright, baby. That's alright, baby. That's alright, baby. What you want is wanna be, 'cause that's alright. It's alright. Elvis Nailed always in my mind in the first take, just after the first time I've heard that, but I get it. I mean, that bit where it goes, it's fucking power. Power rock. Oh. Amazing. I suppose we just said it's like he sang it, the whole band played it in one go. Yeah. But I mean, there's so many songs like that, you have to... Like, something like that's all right. I mean, there's no... It's not like learning from a book, because there aren't any chords. Well, it's A, D, and E. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter whether you've got tab. No. It's all to do with how you go... Woo! Ah! It's helping playing this Telecaster though, really. Oh. Well, you plugged a 9-volt power supply into my Casio MIDI guitar. Was your power input a bit loose too? The thing that was wrong with mine was the actual switch that turned it on was broken. Well, that's the guy in Fitronics. He didn't charge me very much money for fixing it, but that's why. Which now, it kind of made me think, I feel a bit of a ninny giving him, I think it's 50 quid, 60 quid or something like that, you know. When now I realise that I could have fixed that, because that's nothing to do with the actual MIDI guitar. That's physically the on switch for the bastard. So maybe just the first thing you check. But I don't know, yes, it does seem a bit shit. It's kind of like PCB mounted, and you're like, you don't really want to be PCB mounting on its end with two wee shitty pins. Something you're plugging into, just put another one on it. I just ran mine. Mine runs off AA batteries. 6 of them. With all the outtakes, I can't imagine. Yeah, I mean, my Elvis collection is pretty huge as well. I don't know. So right, man, that's why you're on a Stones trip lately. The only problem with the Stones, did you watch my video on Beggar's Banquet, where it's like play all of Beggar's Banquet on an acoustic guitar with, I think it's 3 chords, apart from 2 of the songs have got one other chord in them as well as the original 3 chords, something like that. Yeah, but if you're into the Stones, give it, the only one that's different is it's a funny key, that one, but so many of them are just off. But they're all just 3 chords. That probably wasn't the right chords. Hey, Shaky Blues! What was a brilliant video I did? I don't know. Look, it lights up and the on-off works. Does the tuner work? Because if the tuner works, I think it works. That's it. If you can tune all the strings. Back in the day, 1987, you've got an electric tuner. Wow. You've got an electric tuner built into your guitar. What the fuck? That alone made it worth an extra £200. Never mind the MIDI shit. Yeah, run the... Stones one, yeah. I enjoyed doing that. I should probably do it. I was meant to get on to Sticky Fingers, because that's kind of the same. It's not quite as many. If the tuner works, it means that the computer is receiving the signal from each string, so I'm pretty sure it'll plug in. You don't need to buy a good MIDI thing to plug it into, by the way. You can plug it into anything that's got a MIDI in. To be honest, you see, even if you went into your local music shop on a quiet day, you know, assuming it's the right kind of music shops, I've got this MIDI guitar, can I just check if it works? Just immediately, just plug it in just to see if it works. They're probably going to be oh, well, what's that Symbol Daties guitar thing? I'll plug that in and see what happens. Obviously, you're not going to damage anything. Give it a go. But you could pick up things with a MIDI input. Oh, did you get a MIDI input that often? Maybe you don't. Maybe a MIDI input's quite rare. I did buy I bought a general MIDI module thing. It was only £20 brand new. The plan was I was going to Velcro onto the front of the guitar. So basically I could run the output of the MIDI thing straight into this thing and then have a general MIDI bank on it and then just stick it into my guitar amp. But the sounds on it weren't very good. But it was like, general MIDI just gives you all the... So that you can plug any MIDI shit into it, like whatever general MIDI for basics. So grand piano is number 1. Organ is number 10. You know, they're all the same order, so you can... But obviously the general MIDI on that wee shitty unit thing I've got is not the same as the general MIDI that was in my Korg IS-50. It's like, it is trumpet. Number 55 is trumpet, but on the Korg it sounds like a fucking trumpet. On that it sounds fucking terrible. Yeah. No, I mean, I've got all the Stones albums as well. The Stones, I think the Stones section is more than one of those units. I should really get back down. I was going to do it. Remember I did the running through the records video. I could do fucking records all. It's just like, it's so easy to do. I really should do that. I'll maybe do one of them next week. Maybe do it on a Thursday. I'm quite enjoying getting back into doing the videos again. I've kind of got back in my swing a wee bit. I've got a MIDI input on my recording interface purely for doing instruments or recording because I can't play keyboard. Yep, I get it. I just run MIDI off your computer. You can definitely do that, 100%. The thing is, I get it. See, there is a technique you have to learn on how to play the guitar in order for it to work. It's part of it's to do with, you know, the triggering thing, and you have to let the notes ring clear, all that kind of thing. But also, it's the instruments you're playing. You could have the world's best guitar, piano sound. It's digitally, you know, it's super accurate. It's a Steinway piano. It sounds amazing. And you do that, and it doesn't sound like a piano because you can't strum a piano. So if you go and kind of pluck the notes, it'll sound exactly like a piano. So in order to play the piano sound, you have to play the guitar like a piano by, you know, plucking multiple notes and trying to do things like you would do with a piano. And the same if you're playing the violin, you can kind of imagine yourself bowing it. And I kind of worked that way doing that, and it was running it through it and then working out how to play, you know, synth bits. So obviously I knew the right notes, but so I worked out the notes, played it into the synth, and then you end up altering the way you play so much with that sound to make it sound like the synth. What happens is that basically I could just use a fuzz pedal and it'll sound almost exactly the same as, because it's more to do with how you... So that kind of muting and dead direct, a lot to do with that. Oh. The wee Fender G-Deck Junior does have it, and it was amazing. It's got a general MIDI bank. That was the reason it's got it is not for doing that, but you can do that. The reason it's got it is so you can have like a MIDI file thing, a MIDI file player, as it does. As I was saying there with general MIDI, you plug it in, and it doesn't take up it. You couldn't record backing tracks because that takes up too much data, whereas MIDI's just note information and how hard you hit it for. So, how hard you hit it, note duration, and what kind of note it is, so all that shit. So you're actually using the sounds in the amp, but you can plug a fucking keyboard into it and use it. The white bass video, it's a VGA. It's not really, it's a Vantage, and it was £20 in a charity shop. But then I did have to fix the neck, but it works fine, and I like it. Something about the cheap shit's just amazing. Yeah, it's not one of the Japanese Vantage. It's a Korean one from 1995 or something like that. But it's a nice guitar. It's a good P bass. I think there's a certain amount of a P bass doesn't have to be as well built to be a good P bass as other guitars do. Same with a telly. You can make a better telly for 500 quid than you can a Strat for 500 quid. Does that make sense? Can I get it wrong? This telly's fucking amazing. I'm really loving it. Not an expensive one. But I will actually put on some JJK. The thing is, see all these records, I had all of them in my last house. It's just they were in the attic, so I couldn't get at them. I did eventually set up a record player, but I was only go up and get a couple, some Sabbath stuff. Now I've got them all, I can actually put on and jam to 10 JJK albums. And the thing is, it's been so long since I tried to jam along with them. I know almost all of them immediately. I'll be able to play along by just going, here we go, oh, that note, and you're in, you know what I mean? Just because I know it's not difficult, because I can hum them all once they get going. 10 o'clock, I stopped another 12 minutes. Any questions? Go for it. Or any requests for videos you want to see? What have I got? I've got. I'm not doing videos and everything anymore. They're too easy to do. There are guitars coming through that I'm not actually doing videos on yet, but it's good fun. See, the thing is, I kind of want to drink this as quickly as I can because I don't drink alone. So basically, if I did hang up just now, I've got that left in that. The next hour I will spend forcing it down, and then I'll end up pouring it down the sink, and I don't like it. It was only £1.25, but there's still 75 pence left in there, so I want to drink it. And the answer was 9. It's the equivalent of 9 cans of Coke caffeine that are in a bottle of Bucky. But it's only the same as 3 cans of Red Bull. But yeah, go and work out. Benny's going to jet here in 5 minutes. Rock on, Ben. You always go about this time. That's normally my signal to tie it up. But yeah, have a look at. There won't be another hour, Ben. There never is. I'm fucking knackered. I'm old now. The days of watching Malcolm to see if he's sick on the live stream are over. I'm not doing that anymore. I was actually sick after a live stream one time. Oops. I think that's one of the ones that's freaking with hold. You can't see. I don't know. I have no idea what I said. You know what I mean? I'm worried about it. No, but for all you guitarists, work out, play Chuck Berry. Better than that, but see, I don't even know when I learnt that. It wasn't. Nobody else could put that. It's not difficult, but of course you should be able to play that. For fuck's sake, who doesn't know Johnny B. Good? So you need to learn it. And again, that comes in with some of the Elvis ones. They're not that hard. It's just a case of knowing them. A lot of country songs or a lot of Elvis songs are not. It's not the chords that's difficult. It's not a case you can learn all the notes in the right order. Doesn't sound like it. Or you can learn the first chord and sound exactly like it just by going. All about the rhythm. Well, it's still the same song though. No, right, the baby. I can't remember. I'd like to see a little rhythm jam with you and with your friend as long as there is bass, acoustic and percussion. On a live stream, I mean, that'd be pretty difficult. I'd like to work it in. I need to get my Electric Club back up and running. I've got a few folk that I can get round. I've got a few folk that already are a band that I can jam along with. Being quite clever. Yeah, I should do that. Just like I do have obviously, but I don't need acoustic bass. I've got fucking I've got the rolling cube bass, although there is actually acoustic bass in the corner, which I enjoyed. It's annoying. I don't know what to do with it. But I did. It's handy. Maybe if I hang it up in the kitchen, that's the way to go. Gotta go back to the source. Well, there you go. Yeah. But just trying things that's not. It's not normal guitar music. Do you know what I mean? It's like everyone who's learning to play the guitar. This might not be the same as it used to be, but everyone plays the. I never worked out because everyone else could play. You know, the Old Man and Blackbird and Hotel California and all these things. Don't learn those songs. People can already play them, so you're immediately putting yourself up against the Pink Floyd. Obviously you can play that, but no. But if you're playing the Elvis one, you can kind of make it up. Nobody really knows it that well. You're not putting a jar stick. Let's learn stupid stuff. Amazing fun. I've used to get, I would say, as a certain perverse pleasure of playing Black Sabbath in a telly. That's gone because a telly's fine for Black Sabbath, but that whole idea of doing what you're not meant to be doing, you know what I mean? I'm not meant to be playing the keyboard part of this song on the guitar. Fuck 'em, I am. You know what I mean? That's what you want. Nobody should be trying to play the Blake 7 tune on a guitar. Nobody can, but I mean, I always end up playing something ridiculous earlier on. What was it? Something you shouldn't be playing on the guitar. But it's just music. Why not play it in anything? Try to play it very exactly. That's all I say. But it doesn't need to be hard stuff. Sometimes playing the easy stuff. Being able to play A, G, and E well gets you half a dozen Elvis songs, and if you can play them well, that's all James Burton was doing. Okay, a wee bit of learn the rhythm, and then you can start doing a wee bit of the other strongs you can add on, like your pinkies, the D, A. I found out the C's got it. I knew C had it, but G's also got it. All that crap, you know what I mean? Basically, that's just wee extra notes you can always stick on the top of it. Like, almost everyone knows that. Whenever you play a D, there's so many times you can go. Also, I noticed you were talking about Richie Blackmore the other day, Mr. Whitesnake there. Yeah, you can't. Nobody can play any of that. Oh, it's wait for the ricochet. The thing is, I've not actually tried playing any of those things, any of Richie Blackmore stuff over any of that stuff for 10 years. But I managed to work out how to play the keyboard parts and shit like that. Okay, 21:57. Any last words before I end it all? Cheers for joining in, and there will be several videos coming up during the week. Don't know Any requests, give me a shout. Someone made a request earlier on, I can't remember what it was. I might do another bit more. I might do a bit of talking about the Stones, and I might do a little bit about playing some of the songs on the album. Oh, just think I could do. It's like trying to get, the trick about you teaching somebody, but I was talking to this about someone the other day, the differences of how to learn to play things. I can learn I get the thing, you learn the sequence of notes and then you practice and practice and practice until you can say it fast enough. I really struggled. That's not the way I can do it. I don't get to it that way. I understand how to do that and I can understand how that makes you learn things, but that's not how it works for me. I don't know. It's like there's so much. Try and have a look at different. Have a look at like proper like famous musicians, not just guitar teachers who know how to teach guitar, and when they're talking about how they. I used to do this with the Paul Gilbert stuff. Never actually ended up playing along with it because it was all too hard. But just the way he's talking about it, it makes you look at it from a certain point of view, and just being able to see that point of view, you go, oh, maybe, and it opens up doors in your head to other approaches to get it. And it's like, yeah, maybe for me it might be dead easy. I think of things as numbers, but maybe it's not numbers you think of. Maybe it's shapes, or maybe it's. Do you know what I mean? Or that this one's a bit like that sounds bizarre. Yes, my Tone t-shirt. Own the Tone. I do own the Tone, but I don't own a Dan Electro. I will try and get one. Strolling down, I saw you had no talent. That's me. What are you talking about? You've got talent there, Mr. Whitesnake. Try and play some easier stuff, though. Try and play a song that's only got fucking 2 chords in it. And the thing is, it's like everyone always thinks that the hard bit is, oh, you've got to put your fingers. It's no, it's playing it in time. Doesn't really matter. You get so much leeway to play the wrong note and bend your way out of it or miss it out. If you're playing it at the right time, you're nearly all the way there. It's more important playing it at the right time than playing the right note. Have you seen any of the recent... Oh, I'm glad it's a nice one. I know, I mean, he was funny as fuck when I saw him in Glenrothes Town Hall about 20 years ago. Virginia, really informal and loads of deadpan humour. No, he was funny as fuck. There's a bit where he was drinking so any request and someone was like, can I have a beer? Because the place didn't sell beer. And he's like, ah. And then he went out and got one off his rider because he was drinking one and gave it to the person at the front. Any song request, I really, really, really wanted to shout out... What about fucking Here I Go Again? I was just going to basically shout out Whitesnake songs at him. And the thing is, I'm sure he would have thought it was funny as fuck. I just didn't have the balls to do it. But he was. Richie Blackmore's a funny guy. It's just a dark sense of humour. He'd never admit to he's trying to be funny, but he totally is. Totally is anyway. So Richie Blackmore, bit of a guitar god. Rock on. Love you all. And catch you all during the week, and I will be doing live stream. I'll try not to be ill anymore.